everyone, Javon Smith here, and I'm back with the series finale of Shift Happens. Now, if you've been following the Bigger Picture Media Company, then you know that we're in the business of inspiring entrepreneurs, motivating leaders, and encouraging anyone who need or was in need of encouragement. The last episode, we talked about how to handle your fears or face it. Facing the fact that we can't control everything, facing the vision that we are seeing, or facing our emotional state. And I actually wanted to dive deeper into that T descriptor of the acrostic that we used, and that T was to take action. Now with today's episode, I am more excited than usual because I brought in a special guest to help me with this one. And if you personally know me, then you probably already know, or at least know of this person. But before we jump into anything, do me a favor. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and smash that notification bell to stay up to date on our content. Also, if you haven't done so already, click the links below to like our Facebook page and follow us on Instagram. All right, let's get into it. A lot of times fear and self-doubt has a way of paralyzing us or stopping us from getting things done, right? Even the greatest of leaders struggle with just paralyzing thoughts or things that keep them or prevent them from just doing it or really believing themselves to take the next step into whatever they're trying to accomplish. Man, I'm excited today because I have someone that's dear to my heart that's here with me to help share some light on this very thing that we're talking about, in the person of my friend, and I can say this, my brother for real, Joshua Roberson. Josh, what's going on, man?
How you guys doing?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm so glad to have you here. What most of you guys don't know is that me and Josh have been rocking together for a very long time. But Josh is really the one that makes all the magic happen in the background. He is, man, the audio-visual guy. He's a screenwriter. He's some of everything, man. I said screen, but he's a script writer, I should say. And he's the one that really helps me really put this whole production together. So, man, Josh, welcome again.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be in front of the camera. It's very different than being behind the camera. Behind the camera, you can just kind of do your thing. If you're kind of a shy person and whatnot, you can hang back and just feel a lot calmer. And being in front of the camera is a little bit nerve-wracking.
Right. I'm trying to read notes here, but man, Josh, I really want to have a conversation with you because, with us, doing this, the whole idea or the whole reason why we exist is to inspire other people who are gifted, in particularly in regards to creating content and getting it out there. Just share some of your journey about, how you got into video production and things of that nature.
Yeah, so getting into video production, I kind of taking it all the way back to the beginning. I didn't realize it at the time, but I started helping my dad with camera work when I was maybe 12 or 13, just videotaping our church services and whatnot. And I didn't realize it at the time, but I developed a love for media, for the camera and whatnot. And so how I got into it professionally was that my aunt, she had started a program through her church, a 2-year program. And so I was looking for a job, couldn't find a job when I got out of high school. And my aunt had started a 2-year program for media, communications and media through her church. So I had got a part of the program, and at the end of the program, she said we were going to receive a certificate as well as 2 letters of recommendation. And I thought, okay, if I go through this program, and originally, mind you, the program started out as a 5-month program. So it went from being a 5-month program, you're being told at the beginning, it's 5 months, and then you'll get the certificate and get 2 letters of recommendation. I thought to myself, okay, surely after I get that, I'll get a job and whatnot. You know, people will see that on my portfolio and whatnot. But then about halfway through the program, in order to get certain things funded and whatnot, she had to turn it into a 2-year program. And so I was like, well, it is what it is. If I, you know, don't need to drop out. You know, I went this far, so might as well keep going. 2 years will be over before you know it. And so I just kept going. And then about a year after I was involved in the program, I started volunteering at the job that I have now. And ever since then, I've just been growing and learning a whole lot. And that's where I got my experience at Torrance City Cable. And it's been really fun. I'm still there. I've been there for over 10 years.
Wow.
So, you know, and it kind of goes to like the topic of, you know, just doing it.
Yeah.
You know, if I hadn't just did it, I probably wouldn't be where I am today, knowing the things that I know, having the experiences that I've had and whatnot. So it's been an amazing journey. It's been a fun one, adventurous, and just a lot of creativity involved, which is what I love.
Right. Man, I appreciate it, and I know, you know, I want to say this because I think that it's important to know that this episode in itself, man, you know, I want to credit you because you actually kind of, you know, in a casual conversation, you kind of inspired the whole thinking behind this, you know, this whole idea of just believe in yourself. And like you said, you know, just do it, right? Like literally just get behind your camera and start talking, right? Man, you know, a little bit in a moment or so, we'll kind of go through some of the woes of just starting the bigger picture.
Oh man.
It was rough. What most people don't know is that you do this professionally. So can you just kind of speak to that a little bit about as a professional and, you know, maybe not having it all and whatnot?
Let me take this back. This is a lot of going back because we've been knowing each other.
Yeah, man.
We've actually been knowing each other since 2000.
Yeah.
We've been knowing each other since 2000, so a long time.
21 years, man, yeah.
But going back to the year of 2012, that was when I joined your church, Love and Restoration.
Wow, yeah.
And you had asked me to do video announcements. I had never done that before. I had never done video announcements before. And I was like, okay, well, I could probably use PowerPoint. But then I'm like, how do I guess it shouldn't be too hard to kind of write it out and script it properly and whatnot. And then, but I didn't have the best equipment though. I didn't have my own computer. I didn't have a laptop. I didn't have the best editing software. I didn't have, and what's funny about that is that every time you've asked me to do something, I've always felt like I don't have the best gear. I don't have the best cameras. I don't have the best this and that, the best lighting and whatnot. I didn't even have lighting at the time.
Right.
I didn't even have no lights of my own. Actually, I still don't. I'm actually borrowing some lights right now. And some of these lights are yours. So I still, but you know, that goes to show that I'm being creative and I'm working with what I got and whatnot. And so yeah, but going back to that video announcements and whatnot, I used PowerPoint at first. Then I started using the Windows Media. They have like a editing program, so I used like Windows Media. Then it went from there to using CyberLink Power Director. And mind you, this was at the beginning of my career, so I didn't have the best graphics for it either. Like I think the very first video announcement I had a black background with like red text. It was a solid black background, no pattern to it, no stylistic color or writing or anything. Really, it was just straight. It was like somebody basically wrote on a piece of paper. And so it went from there to what I do now with different types of, like right now the video announcement that I last used has a cross in the background, the sunset,
Right.
and it's beautiful. Lots of colors and whatnot, the stylistic writing on it. I'm actually using someone else's voice for the video announcements. Previously, I was using my own self. but we have someone else who does the video analysis at the church that I'm currently at. So I'm having her I'm using her voice for it.
Faith Temple Church will be celebrating our 51st church anniversary. Service will be Friday, March the 20th at 7:30 p.m. and Sunday morning, March the 22nd at 10:30 a.m.
Is great, since with all the other stuff that I do at church, I'm like, I'm doing enough in front of everybody.
Right. No, I mean, I think that, you know, again, man, man, you just took me back. You know, first of all, 20 plus years, man, of, you know, it goes just deeper than you and I. I mean, like, literally, you know, your parents are, you know, my daughter's godparents, and man, I literally got to literally watch you all grow up, you and your brother, and you know, I want to do just a real quick plug for my other brother, Mark. I know this is, you know, bigger picture, but I got to flip the switch for him because he's doing an amazing, you know, he's doing an amazing thing in his podcast.
Got the little cup, doesn't quite stand out back here, but we got the little cup right here.
Absolutely. I want to rep him that way because I'm so proud of him as well. And more so again, Josh, that, you know, there's so many content creators, and I think that there's so many people who want to get a message out there. And just like I did, you know, I've been obviously doing public speaking, preaching, you know, ministering for now, man, a long time since I accepted my call in the year in 2000, and so 2001, excuse me. And you know, I've been doing it on that level, and then now want to do it here. Man, it's been a rough transition. I thought it would be easy, you know, but I have, you know, in my own self, my own flaws, if you will. I have, like, I stutter sometimes. I speak fast, you know, all these different things. Do you remember day one of trying to record our first episode of Shift Happens? Do you remember that?
Oh man, our first day, I thought, okay, so here's what, just so that the audience gets to understand where we were with this. You know, Javon, he was wanting to make sure, mind you, we both stutter a lot. Probably you more so than me.
It's all good.
You more so than me. So he doesn't want all the uhs and the ands and the, you know, the e, all in there. And gosh, he did it so much.
Again, my name is Javon Smith. I am a certified life coach, and I've been in leadership for well over 19 years. And man, if I've learned anything in this year, 2020, it is that
it was a lot. It was to the point where, like, he wanted me to cut it all out, and it was to the point where I had to call him and I had to say, you know what, we need to get you a teleprompter because this ain't gonna work. It wasn't working. And it was just, and then it went from there to, we came back the second time to do it though.
Oh man.
And we had the teleprompter, but then what happened was, and mind you, the teleprompter software, I downloaded an app where it's voice activated. So you can just read along. For some reason, it just didn't like him.
Hey everyone, Javon Smith here. And today I want to introduce this thought coming in a 4-part series titled Shift Happens. Yes, that's right, Shift Happens. See, I've been in leadership, it's not moving. See, I've been in leadership for over 20 years, and I am a certified life coach. And if there's anything I've learned about 2020, stop. If there's anything that I've learned about 2020, is that you have to learn how to not, dang it keeps stopping. I've been in leadership for over 20 years, and I am a certified life coach, and it's still not moving.
You probably too far.
Are you too far?
Yeah, that could be it too.
That's right, shift happens. I've been in leadership for over 20 years, and I'm a certified life coach, and it's still not moving, and I don't know why. Because I've been in leadership for over 20 years, and I am a certified life coach, and it's still not moving. I've been in leadership for over 20 years, and I'm a certified life coach. I can't get no slower than that, and it's still not moving.
Jesus.
I've been in leadership for over 20 years and I'm a certified life coach. This thing doesn't like me, it's racist, prejudice, or what?
I was to say, y'all the same.
I've been in leadership for over 20 years and I am a certified life coach.
And you gonna work.
Certified life coach. Certified life coach. Your mama. It was the most irritating thing because I'm sitting there, I'm trying to talk, I'm being clear and loud and not stuttering, I'm reading, and I get in these flows and it would just stop.
It would just stop, like it was glitching. But then if I read from it, it read perfectly fine.
My wife would be in another room reading from it and it would read fine. And it was the most frustrating thing. And I know that, you know, this is real candid, but I bring it up to make a point that, man.
We've had delays.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've had delays, like
absolutely.
A lot of legit delays, but there's also, you know, getting into delays. The thing with starting your own, whatever it is, your own company, your own entrepreneurship, is that there are days where you just don't even feel like it. You are drained, which is actually what happened the second time when we were doing the trying to record the first episode. The second time when we came back, it wouldn't, not only would the teleprompter not work, but then I think what we were here on a Monday.
Yeah.
And what happened was he was drained from, he had been at work all day.
Yeah.
You know, and then you're talking about he's a family man, like, you know, you have kids and whatnot and a wife, and your whole energy just got to a certain point and just dropped. And when you told me that, and I was like, okay, you know what? If we want to make sure this comes out right, let's just stop and come back another day and do it. And sometimes you have to do that. You have to come back and just another day and just, you know, just sometimes you just got to come home and you just got to rest. You just got to be like, you know what? The vision, I see it, but I need to put the pencil down. I need to put the ideas down for a moment. I just need to come home. I need to rest.
Right. I think that's the thing, man. I remember that, like, it was so bad that my eyes were tired, right? Like, I mean, my eyes, literally the lighting and everything like that. And that was just episode 1. You know, we finally got to a point where we, you know, like we're doing now, when we say batch content creating, where we're, you know, doing multiple episodes at a time, recording. And the reason why, you know, we letting you in. And oh, by the way, no teleprompter today, by the way.
No teleprompter. That's why
want to get that out.
Both like kind of hands and whatnot. And
man.
No teleprompter.
But I wanted to just be real candid and real raw in this, because I know so many people, the first thing they do is that, you know, YouTube, you go on YouTube, you get ads about all kinds of people. And there's some great, phenomenal content creators out there. You know,
I've actually, the new intro for the show Open, I actually downloaded the transition and stuff off of a free website. So, and then I just put the logo on there, and I kind of spruced up the logo a little bit to help it stand out from the background a little bit. Right. But I downloaded that.
Right. So, and that's what I want to get to. I you know, again, going to, because I think what happens is when you want to do something, right? You know, Google is the #1 search engine in the world, and followed by YouTube. So people will go to YouTube to figure out how to do certain things, right? In a video format. And you know, when you're trying to learn how to content create, you go there, you see all these people who have millions of subscribers or hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And sometimes starting there can be quite intimidating. They're telling you to do stuff that, you know, that you can't even fathom in the moment. And this is why we're here at our level right now to talk about this, because, you know, just starting and, like you say, man, just doing it. What will be some key things that you would recommend? You know, maybe 1 or 2 things to highlight, and we could just expound on that for a moment, about things you recommend for someone that is looking to create some type of video content.
Yeah, if you're looking to create some video content, I would say the first thing is to think about what it is that maybe you can even start with yourself. Just ask yourself, what do you want to hear? What do you want to see? How do you want to see the world changed? You know, how do you think is it that someone can help you with something?
Right.
You know, so for me, if I wanted to give some advice to myself, it would be for someone to have actually some motivational content coming out.
Okay.
Because I think a lot of people are really needing some authentic coaching and motivation and encouragement and whatnot. So I would think about what it is that you want, or maybe it's not even so much like motivational, but maybe it's something you're looking to get into. Like, let's say you want to get into cooking. Okay, well, if you want to get into cooking, that means you're probably going to have to learn how to be a really good chef, a professional chef. So you probably need to learn some recipes. You probably need to learn about, kitchen etiquette and whatnot. And so you first want to think about what it is that you're looking for properly, or what it is that, maybe you're talking to your best friend. What are they looking for?
Right.
And then the next thing that I would say is to look at find someone who already is doing that and they're doing it successfully.
Yeah, that's good.
And then take some tips from what they're doing.
Right.
You don't have to model everything exactly like them.
Right.
But definitely, like, for instance, with this being motivational and whatnot, like, a lot of people, they don't realize, like, on set, like, sure, you want to have like something kind of meaningful, but it's okay to put like your favorite team.
Yes, it is.
For me, if I had my own like studio and whatnot,
Right.
I would have like some like action figures up here, like Superman, Avengers stuff and whatnot, and I mean, because that's me.
Right.
That's my personality.
Right. I think that's big though, man. I think that's what it's about. It's about being authentically you. And though, I can never stray away from, my beliefs or the thing that I'm called to, as a pastor. This is not my platform as a pastor, but I can't get away from that, right? Because I wholeheartedly believe, whether people subscribe to the thought or not, that God has uniquely gifted each and every person on this planet to do something powerful, right?